Okay, I'll say you in short once again. Listen. The function of transport system is to transport various substances within the body. Like nutrients, they are absorbed at digestive system and they need to reach each and every cell of our body where it is actually required. Excretory material are produced by each and every cell of our body. From there, they should reach uh, organ of excretion, that is kidneys. From there, it should be eliminated out. So, it should be transported from cells to excretory system. Antibodies are produced by WBC. They should reach the site of infection. Where infection occurs, there antibodies will perform their action. Hormones are produced by different glands of our body. They should reach the site of action. Oxygen and carbon dioxide. See, oxygen is taken inhaled through lungs. From lungs, it should reach each and every cell of our body. Okay. Carbon dioxide is produced by all cells of our body. From there, it should reach lungs for exhalation. So different things are needed to be transported in our body. For this, we have two types of transport system. One is circulatory system, second one is lymphatic system. Okay. Circulatory system is composed of blood. The fluid that moves in the circulatory system is blood, and they are carried by blood vessels, and heart is a pumping organ that is present. Right? Second, lymphatic system has lymph, the fluid that flows in lymphatic system, and lymphatic vessels are those vessels which carry the lymph. Okay. So we'll discuss first about the fluids, lymph and blood, then we'll go into the systems. Right? Blood. Blood is composed of approximately 55% of plasma and remaining 45 approximately of blood cells. Blood cells. Plasma is fluid part of blood, that is, it has 90 to 92% of water and remaining 8 to 10% of different substances that are dissolved in blood. What are the substances dissolved in plasma? Major proteins are present. In this, there are proteins like fibrinogen, prothrombin, which are useful for blood clotting. Next, heparin, which is an anticoagulant which prevents blood clotting. And we have proteins like albumin, which helps in body defense. Globulin, which helps in osmotic balance. Osmotic balance means water as well as ionic balance. Osmotic balance, the word always refers to balance of water and ion. Balance of water always depends on concentration because of osmosis. So, osmotic balance means it involves ionic balance also, it involves water balance. Okay, these are the different proteins. Apart from that, all the regulatory substances are those substances which enter blood just for transport. Which enter blood only for transport. Can you list out some of the substances which enter blood only for transport? Take for example all the nutrients, whether it is carbohydrate, protein, all these substances enter blood only for transport. Excretory material, carbon dioxide, oxygen, antibodies, hormones, all these are regulatory substances. Okay, just now what we have discussed previously, substances that are transported, all those enter into blood. Apart from that, it has minerals also. What are the minerals that are present in blood? Minerals like sodium, potassium, chlorine, bicarbonate, calcium, magnesium, all these ions are present either individually or in the form of different combinations. These are present inside the plasma. Now coming to blood cells. Blood cells are three different types: RBC or red blood cells, WBC or white blood cells, blood platelets. Okay, RBC are also called as erythrocytes. Erythrocytes. WBC are also called as leukocytes, and platelets are also called as thrombocytes. Thrombocytes. Why it is called as erythrocyte? Erythrin means red because they are red in color. Leuco means white. Thrombocytes are called so because they are active producers of thrombokinase. Enzyme thrombokinase is produced by blood platelets. Okay, now we'll see shape of the cells. RBC is biconcave in shape. If you see from one direction, spherical in shape if you see from other direction. This constriction in middle is because of lack of nucleus in mature cells. In mature RBC do not have nucleus. Mature RBC have no nucleus in human beings. Okay. So, because the lack of nucleus in the center, like you can observe the constriction in Badusha sweet, when you eat, you can observe in between it is bent like this. That is similar shape of this RBC. In center, there is no nucleus. That space is occupied by the other components of cell. Leukocytes are spherical and platelets are biconvex. They are like this particles. Okay. So inside this WBC, you can see that the nucleus is of various shapes. In leukocytes, there are granulocytes which have granules, and agranulocytes which do not have granules. Okay, very simple. What is this? Inside the cytoplasm, there are granules or particles. They are called as granulocytes. Inside the cytoplasm, there are no granules. It is called as granulocytes. In granulocytes, there are three types: acidophils, basophils, and neutrophils. In agranulocytes, again, there are two types: monocytes, lymphocytes. Okay, these topics you have already covered in your previous classes. So that's why I'm going to be fast. Acidophils have bilobal nucleus. Basophils have S-shaped nucleus. And neutrophils have multi-lobed nucleus. Multi-lobed. They have 2 to 3 lobes. They have 2 to 5 lobes. These are lobes. Okay. This is lobe. 2 to 3 lobes here, 2 to 5 lobes. Monocytes nucleus is almost spherical. Lymphocytes nucleus is kidney shaped. Okay. When you see platelets, there is no nucleus inside. No nucleus inside. Why? Because They are cell fragments. Actually, they are cell fragments, small, small pieces of cells. Which cells? Megakaryocytes. Megakaryocytes are this one of the cells that are produced by bone marrow. Bone marrow only produces RBC, WBC platelets. But platelets are broken pieces of megakaryocytes. Megakaryocytes are cells which are produced by bone marrow. They are broken down to form thrombocytes or blood platelets. Because of that reason, they are biconvex in shape and no nucleus. They do not have nucleus in their cells. Okay. If you see the lifespan of RBC is 120 days. WBC is something around 18 days, 18 to 35 days. And platelets have lifespan of 8 to 10 days. What do you mean by lifespan? From birth to death, the life period of these cells. Okay. Now let us see what is the function of this cell. Okay. So till here it should be clear for you. We have spoken about the other names. We have spoken about the structure, including nucleus, and we have spoken about types. Is it clear? Till here. Okay. It's clear till here, children. Any confusion? RBC has a red pigment inside called heme. This heme is very important because it gives red color, red pigments, and it also heme containing pigments. Heme containing pigments called hemoglobin. This is very important. Hemoglobin is very important for carbon dioxide and oxygen transport. So main function of RBC is this. Because of presence of hemoglobin in the RBC cells, it is able to transport carbon dioxide and oxygen. WBC. WBC we have seen so many types, among them neutrophils and monocytes. Both are having phagocytosis as a function. You know what is phagocytosis? When a particle is engulfed, like amoeba eats food, how does it eat food? It takes the particles inside its body. Here also, waste, waste parts of the any cell debris is called as broken cells waste that is present inside the blood, or any foreign material that comes to invade our body cause diseases. All those are taken in by neutrophils and monocytes. And acidophils, acidophils produce histamine, which is very important for allergic reaction. Allergic reaction. And basophils. Basophils are very important. They also produce histamine, serotonin. They are important for inflammation. Inflammation. Okay? Inflammation means swelling. If there is a small swelling, in mosquito bite, there is a small swelling. What is the reason for that small swelling? Because your body is defense mechanism of your body is active to kill all the pathogens that are present there. So, inflammation means swelling. Some swelling in any region of our body where our body's defense mechanism is fighting with pathogens. Okay. Allergy is also a type of defense mechanism where our body will fight with foreign agents. Okay. So eosinophils basically lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are those cells which produces antibodies. Okay. Antibodies are produced by lymphocytes. The lymphocytes are two types, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes are those lymphocytes which are produced at bone marrow. We know that all WBC are produced in bone marrow. But apart from that, there is a small gland called thymus gland. Just above the heart, there is a small gland called thymus gland. That thymus gland also produces lymphocytes and they are called as T lymphocytes. Okay? Right? What is the function of platelets? Platelets produces so many such factors which are important for blood clotting. Blood clotting is because of several things that are secreted by platelets. It has very important role in blood clotting. If platelets are less in number, it leads to delayed blood clotting or no blood clotting. That is a very problematic. Okay. That is about different components present in the blood. Is it clear? Till here, if it is clear, we will study about blood grouping. ABO blood group and RH blood. Blood grouping.